This is Jim. I live in Texas, but today, July 30th, 2009, I'm at an undisclosed location in the Wisconsin wilderness where I'm waiting to meet the famous vlogger Woodenchairs. He graciously agreed to meet me for lunch on my way home to Texas from the Oshkosh Air Show. And I'm a little bit early, but he called me recently and should be here soon. I don't know if he'll be on his mighty sport bike or some black limo or what, but looking forward to meeting Woodenchairs here, and we'll have a brief little interview with him if I can think of a question to ask, preferably one that doesn't involve puns. So, any moment now, expect to see Woodenchairs.
Hey, Jim in Texas.
Meet you in person, what a thrill.
Good to meet you.
What a thrill, yeah. So, you're on YouTube right now, so say hello to your multitude of fans.
Oh, well, it's good to finally meet a vlogger. I want the camera going too. All right.
Hi, Woodenchairs. Hi, Woodenchairs. That's why I have this monopod, because I'm got old and get real shaky at times.
It's nice to finally meet a vlogger when I'm not beat from a long trip.
Woodenchairs about. Okay, as like the father of YouTube vlogging, except for more death. I mean, I was going to reach his level. I have a problem is I tend to say things in a loving, sarcastic way, and they don't always, or not always perceived that way. Let me give you an example. When I was there at Oshkosh, I went to the Honda Pavilion, and I sort of mocked choppers. I mocked the Honda chopper, and then I mocked that weird Honda scooter, crazy-looking thing. And the thing I didn't think about while I was doing that is there's guys out there who love choppers, and there's guys out there who love Harley Davidson, which I didn't mention. So that group of people took some offense in my gentle, loving teasing about their choice of motorcycles. And then the guy there, it amazed me but there is a guy who rides that weird scooter, weird DN1 Japanese transformer-looking thing, and he loves it. And he was a little hurt that I didn't see the beauty in it the way he did. So how do you handle that? I couldn't think of a pun.
Honestly, I don't have too much trouble in my videos with people understanding that I'm joking. But if you ever look when I leave a comment, I get a bunch of negatives all the time because people just don't. Number one, people don't get sarcasm anyway, and on a video you can hear a voice tone, so then they know. But when you leave a comment, I made fun of Billy for his hot woman thing, and God, I got bombed in that comment.
Did you?
I got like 4 negatives.
That was like begging for it.
I know. Well, and I know Billy really well, so it's like
he's a big boy. He can handle a joke.
Yeah, but I mean, we know each other well enough that we're always bagging on each other anyway. So I mean, it was just expected for me to make fun of that, and then it's like all these negative ratings on the comment, and I'm like, oh, come on, I'm only kidding, jeez. But so that's the whole thing. In a video, I get away with that kind of thing, and nobody seems to be aggravated. But in comments, there's no tone.
Well, you're right about the comments. I've been on the internet since DARPANET, so I know about the comments. But I've got to have some kind of disclaimer at the start of my. The way most people have like really cool like musical intros where they're fading in and out and looking heroic next to their bike and stuff like that. Well, I can't look heroic anyway, so I'll forget that. I'm gonna put some kind of display, or if I make fun of, if you perceive me as ridiculing your choice of motorcycle or significant other or state or locality or race, race, creed, or color, I don't really mean it. I love everybody. I'm just all about love. So please don't send me a hate mail.
See, maybe that's where you're going wrong. See, I hate everybody equally.
Oh, okay. Maybe that would be better. Just to embrace the inner hatred.
You hate everybody equally, and no one's offended because he hates everybody like that. So
okay,
no, I'm just kidding.
Well, that's good.
There's a good example. You know what I think the problem is? You're really good at sarcasm, and you have that sarcastic voice And
It's
people
got me in
think-
trouble many times.
People think you're serious,
I know.
and see, now when I watch your videos, I sit there and laugh because it's like, oh, he is really good at that sarcasm, and I love sarcasm. So
Well, I mean it in a loving way, but maybe I'm going to take up your suggestion and just embrace my inner hatred and just let it run amok. So, okay, everybody, you've been warned. You've been warned. Woodenchairs has convinced me to embrace my inner hate of Harley Davidsons and Honda DN1s and
of course, I was only kidding.
and all other vloggers. So get ready for it.
Of course, I really do hate all those, but always.
Okay. While Woodenchairs finishes his pancake, I just wanted to brag to the YouTube world that he mentioned the O word, Obama.
I don't know what you're talking about.
And I did not launch into a hyper right-wing wacko insane rant that wound up with the waitress calling the cops or something. Instead, I just pretty much let that pass. And no, nothing he said was wrong or incorrect or anything, but I avoided a political right-wing insane diatribe. And I'm always proud of myself because I'm very tempted at the drop of a hat to go off on these diatribes. And when I was younger, I was really bad about it. So I'm just real pleased. I just wanted to stop while he let him finish his pancakes. Are they good? Are they good pancakes? Well, I'm fixing to drive off into the sunset, but we wanted to say a word from the chicken. Say hello to YouTube, chicken. that chicken, you never failed to crack me up. You know, I don't know. This is like the ultimate product of the whole Far East. You know, the Honda cars and the Walkman and all that stuff. They were terrific accomplishments, but there's no way that you could have a better toy than that chicken. Yeah, there you go. Okay, well, Woodenchairs, thank you for having lunch with me. We had a great time. Okay.
I gotta get a.
Okay. While you're doing that,
I
you're
was
firing
gonna
it up.
vlog on the way over here because I wanted it to be a surprise.
Oh, there it is,
Rolled
Jim in
up.
Texas, right there. Hey, I already signed this chicken. Hey, isn't that cool? Lots of room for more people to sign it. But
Yep.
don't be a wimp and come out in your car. Come out on your bike, and whoever's got it will let you sign it.
But anyway, it's the famous Jim in Texas.
This is the famous Woodenchairs.
A little surprise meeting here in Wisconsin as he went to the air show and was on his way back to Texas, and we hit the Perkins here and had a nice chat and a little late lunch, and so yeah.
Alrighty.
Good to meet you, sir.
Hook 'em horns. Oh, Europeans, that's a good sign in Texas. I'm sorry, that's not a rude sign in Texas. And we'll talk more about that later. Woodenchairs, have a great time. Chicken.
Chicken showed up. Chicken showed up with us.
Okay.
He didn't go in and eat though. He's kind of like full. And somebody grossly signed the front really in large letters. I won't mention who that is. But anyway, glad
Alrighty.
you could make it.
Take it easy. Alrighty. Well, next stop, Texas.
Well,
Have a great afternoon, and I really appreciate you coming out.
I'm glad you could make some time.
Well, I just met with Woodenchairs 4 miles ago. Had a real nice long lunch with him. He's just as interesting a fellow in person, or more so than he comes across on the web. And I would say the person you see on the web is the real Woodenchairs. And if you're ever in Wisconsin, you ought to look him up. It's certainly worth. He's certainly an interesting person worth spending some time with. I've got 1,175 miles to go. Say hello to YouTube, chicken.